where are we? That's the big question. Well, the answer is, if we look around, okay, it looks like there's a lot of film stuff here. This is the top of the K120 and the K90 ski jumps, I think. I think I've found my way here, and we're going to go and have a look over the top, because the views over the top of the hills into Lillehammer town look pretty amazing. So we've left Wilbur parked over there. I just had a talk with a lady that was there at the parking, and I said, "Are you here to charge for the parking? Because there's a parking pay machine down the bottom." And she said, "No, they're just about to set up and film some movie set or something, some film, and they're going to close the road for a short while, but that's okay." There's probably been a few gold medal beers drunk in that hut. And that is the view to Lillehammer. And there's about 950 steps which those people would have walked up, and if you want to do it the hard way, that's what you would do. I've got bike boots on, not in those shoes, not 958 steps, no. There's the chairlift if you want to take the other easy way. That is a pretty good view, and you can see the bridge on the left over the river. The campsite is just at this end of that bridge, of course, to the left. And it's the main E6 road bridge to the right. What a view! Geez, imagine going down that on skis. No, thank you. Nope. It's bad enough just looking at it from here. Geez, look at that. There's the Olympic torch at the bottom, at the far end of the centre green bit. And the view across there. So I don't know if you can see down there, but they've actually put water on the... They've got water sprays running. Oh, there goes somebody. Bloody hell. They've wet, and they've got fake AstroTurf on the ski ramps, and people are zooming down it. That's the big hill, and there's a queue of people there waiting to go down. There's no way I'm doing that. I've never seen ski jumping before except on TV. I didn't know they did it in summer. So it's time to head up these fabled 936 steps, and we'll jump on Wilbur and go to the bottom car park and watch from down there. I'd like to say I did all 936, but I only did the last 200. That was enough in bike gear, thank you. Anyway, back to Wilbur. Let's see if we can find that car park at the bottom. I didn't see any signs on the way up. Well, it says entrance. Let's have a look. What's all this malarkey about down here? Check that out. That is how you make Olympic champions, because all the people up there that were doing it were all teenagers, and you know, we're here in the middle of summer and they've got teenagers, and obviously they come here and they just jump and jump and jump. It's that kind of support that wins medals, and there's no wonder that Norway's pretty good at ski jumping when they've got these sort of facilities open every day. So this facility was built in '93 for the '94 Winter Olympics, and it held the opening and closing ceremonies. So the K120 hill on the left there and the K90 on the right, the larger hill has a 27.5 degree slope, the smaller one 36 degree slope. It holds about 35,000 spectators on site here, and there's about 100,000 ski jumps a year are done from these two hills. And if you're a fan of Top Gear, this is the ski jump that they fired the Mini off in 2006. Well, there's the Olympic torch and the steps behind me. if you can see that, hopefully, and the view over Lillehammer. And I think that the road on that side is the road that I should have taken instead of the one that I did to get here, but let's keep that quiet. That's between me and Wilbur. Right, I think we need to get back to the camp and yeah, do some servicing and stuff ready for tomorrow. Poor old Wilbur's had a hard time of it, so I'm going to give him another clean and a service. But the first problem I've got is running really lumpy on tick over and at low revs, and it makes it very hard to ride him when you're going slowly through traffic and stuff, because it's really jerky. It's like it's running really rich. So I'm going to take the float chamber off and clean it out, make sure there's no water or anything in there, and I'm going to check the mixture, because I'm wondering if the mixture screw on the carburettor has been slowly winding itself out, which it can do on the SUs. Yes, you can see here those plugs are very black. I thought he was running horribly rich, and sure enough he is. And that is the main jet there, which you can adjust, and all you got to do is wind that up a bit. That's with the choke on, and the main jet just controls basically how far up that goes. So okay, that was worth having a look at. If your plugs are that colour, that's bad. There's no wonder his fuel mileage has been dropping. Well, having taken off the battery box, loosened the sidecar brackets so you can get the ignition out of the way and move the oil lines, I've got the air cleaner off. And that means you can get your finger inside the carb and you can check that the dash pot is seating, and that sounds like it's fine. So what I've done is I've screwed the mixture screw up. The only worrying thing is I've only got 6 flats worth, 1 turn, and that's it. It's as far up as it goes. The bike is definitely running rich, but I've run out of adjustment on the mixture and I can't see anything else wrong. My thought was that that nut had been unscrewing itself and making it richer and richer, but that does not look like it's the case. That is the carburettor and needle and dash pot. That's taken me about half an hour to get out. According to the owner's manual, you just carefully position it into the right place and it pops out. Yeah, right. I'm really worried about the main jet being screwed right up, and the main jet interfaces with this needle. So I think the best thing to do here, if I can, is to drop the needle down about 1 millimetre, and then I can drop that jet down about 1 millimetre, and we can set it up from there. But it wouldn't be good to have that set all the way down, because I've run out of jet adjustment and I know it's running rich. There we are. Well, there we are. All I've got to do is wrestle this back together, which I expect is going to be an hour's job if it took half an hour to get it apart. It all feels okay. What a nightmare. Meanwhile, several hours later, so I've got the dash pot in, and you can hear that that's sitting down nicely. So what I need to do now is put the float chamber back on, fire it up and set the mixture, because you've got to lift the dash pot 1/16 of an inch and see if the engine stalls to set the mixture on the SU. So bear in mind at this point I'm on the other side of the bike to the side stand. You know when you're having a bad day. We'll try that again, should we? But this time I put Wilbur on the rear stand instead of the side stand. But he's still not playing ball. Poor Wilbur. Why have I got no spark? Right, we have a spark now. So it looks like by cleaning the points I just made them dirty. Come. Sounds a lot better. So all you do on the SU to set the mixture is very slightly lift the dash pot. And if the engine speed goes up very slightly and then back to idle, you're okay. If it goes up and the engine increases, then the mixture's too rich. If you lift the dash pot and the engine stalls, it's too weak. So all you do is adjust it. It's still too rich. It's clear Wilbur wasn't very happy at all. So basically that was my afternoon, was messing about with the adjustments and the mixture and trying to get it sorted out. So after a bit of messing about and fiddling and adjusting, we've got him so at least he's running clean and he's not chuffing out black smoke again. So yeah, I think we're pretty happy with that. We'll have to run the bike and see how he gets on the road. Well, I'm going to try it there because the plugs are well sooted up, and we'll see. I've dropped the main needle down a millimetre or so. I've put the main jet up, and we'll see how it runs tomorrow. It seems very rich, but that could be because of, as I say, the plugs are a little bit fouled up. I don't know why that's happened really. You know, it's run fine for 5,000 kilometres and all of a sudden the last couple of days it started getting rich. I thought it was rich and it's definitely rich. Poor Wilbur, I think he's still a bit rich, but the problem is that the plugs and everything else are so sooted up that I might have to ride him a little bit and check him again, so I think I'll do that. He's obviously ticking over a lot better now in that he ticks over evenly. So I'm going to ride him to Jovic in the morning, which is about 3/4 of an hour south from here, and I'll probably pull a plug out and have a look and feel how he's running. It's very strange why the bike started getting rich after that long. I put a brand new SU modern fuel jet kit in it before I set off and set the mixture, and I rode it like 500 miles in the UK to get the mixture right, and the plugs were just a nice brown colour, but you saw then, I mean, they're thick black, so it's definitely too rich. It's coughing out black smoke. We'll see how we get on tomorrow. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to get showered and then we're going to head up to Nicker's Bar and we're going to get some food and a couple of beers because I think we've earned it. There we are. I am heading to the town of Lillehammer, and we're going to find Nicker's Bar and we're going to have a couple of beers and some food. So it seems very popular to take your dog for a walk in Lillehammer and take it to the duck pond for a swim as well. Here's our destination for the evening, the Pointy Chimney and Nicker's. Let's see what their menu's like. So we're not going to the sports bar, that one there, we're going to go to this one, which is the pub type one. Let's give that a go. Yes, of course, it's 2020, we can't forget that. Anyway, Nicker's Bar has a very nice outdoor dining area beside the river, so I thought that would be a good spot to get my dinner. Why not? We found it at last. We found Moose Burger, and I've also got 0.4 litres of the local rocket fuel, so that'll do me nicely after today, thank you, and we'll get sorted out. So this is Nicker's. We're on the outdoor terrace, which is beside the river here. That's very nice. So I'm going to drink this. I'm going to wait for my Moose Burger to be cooked, and that'll be delicious, I'm sure. Good stuff. Cheers, everyone.
So the pub has lots of fun stuff inside. Remember that half moose from last time? Well, there's the front half. And there's these terrible, terrible cross-stitch puns. I did like hippopotamoose and anonymoose. There was loads of them. There's just a few. And by the time I'd had a look around inside and outside, my moose burger had turned up. Let's tuck into this. Delicious. That's pretty good.
Well, that's it. We got a full belly. The food down at Nickers, that was very good. The beer was good. Moose burger, dessert. And it's downhill all the way back to the campsite now, which is good, because that local ale, rocket fuel stuff, yeah, that'll wet your whistle. So anyway, that's today done. That's Lillehammer done. The place is dead. I guess in about 2 months' time, when the ski season kicks off, this place will be jumping. But at the moment, I've just caught it between summer season and winter season. And, well, as you can see, it's as dead as a dodo, which is great, because in terms of coronavirus and isolation and stuff, I'm really glad it's very quiet. So that's it. I'm going to head back to the campsite, get a good night's sleep, and tomorrow we are heading down towards Jorvik and then to the outskirts of Oslo. And you will have to wait and see why I want to go to Jorvik and what we're going to see. So that's it. I'm going to sign off. Cheers, everyone. We'll see you next time, and we'll be carrying on travelling south and eventually 2 days' time out to Norway.
So join us next time, when the first thing we do is take Wilbur to pieces again and wash the air cleaner out in my frying pan. We get stuck behind a camper before we've even left the campsite, so we soon deal with that problem. We have a picnic beside the docks in Jorvik, and we see the world's oldest paddle steaming boat. We head to the Olympic Fell Hall, which is the mountain hall for the ice hockey, and we sneak in while nobody's looking so we can have a look around. It was all closed. We get stuck in absolutely brutal traffic on our way to Oslo that takes most of the afternoon. The campsites we want to go to are all closed, so we end up down a forest track and set up a wild camp. Yes, we're wild camping in the forest. I cooked my tea in the frying pan I was washing the air cleaner out with petrol earlier. Yes, really. And we have a magical spot beside the lake for the evening. All that and more next time on Wilbur's Arctic Adventure.